Yes, everyone. Once again, this your soul brother Talib here at you again. I got some stuff to talk about in this rant video. You know that's very importantly on my heart right now at this time because I really have come to a point, personally in my own life through this experience that we all are being affected with by this COVID 19 pandemic. And also, I just want to say that to those who've survived it, I salute you. And I just say, don't give up the fight. Just keep on fighting. And I say to those who are affected by this, health wise, just keep fighting. And I also want to say that, for those, that's taking advantage of this situation in a very corruptible manner, whether it's on the government level, the corporate level, or other certain levels, I say if people find out who you are, exactly, you need to be held accountable without no question. You need to be held accountable. And it won't be no silence into ones who are taking advantage of this pandemic, for their own self-interest, to be held accountable. It won't be any silence until that happens. And also, too, I want to say that at this point, um, I really believe that, things may be coming to an end in this country as we know it. I mean, it is already being said right now that this country is seeing the worst economic fall since the 1930s depression. So this is a clear sign that things is getting very bad. And now that you got states reopening back up in some parts of the country, it's gonna really get bad because when these other seasons come through, especially like the cold season, and this COVID-19 pandemic starts spiking back up, it's gonna even hit at a harder peak. And so, that just go to show you that the government of this nation, as well as others who help runs the economic, system in this country, doesn't care about lives or people's health. More so to say, they rather put everything first before people's healths and before the lives of people, especially when we are all being affected by this. So like I said, it's going to come to a point where this country may have to fall on its face. And right now, it couldn't be no other better time or opportunity for it to happen. And people, now people are starting to wake up more to the reality of how this situation is affecting America, well as it's affecting the world, but more importantly, how it's affected America, since we all that live in here, that live in this country, are affected by it. But I must say that there are some people that's willing to stand up, you know, against rent evictions and against other things that is not necessary, in this time of pandemic. You know, people are at the point where they even holding back on their home mortgage payments, far as holding back on from paying them because they got to feed their families, and that's only right. So they shouldn't have to be, forced to do something that they really not in a position to do anyway because of this pandemic crisis and because of this, situation or how it's economically, crippled everyone in this country other than the rich, and I just have to say that, at this point in time, now that I see people are starting in different areas, socially to take a stand against this situation, far as how those who are considered the 1% are treating everybody else in this country without any type of concern, nor even lack of concern, as far as this situation with this pandemic, when all they care about is themselves and anyone else under them could go to hell. Well, it's about time for people all together massively to start taking a stand. Either stand for some or die, for not standing for something. And that's just the bottom line to that. Because, when it comes to people bellies getting, hungry and they losing weight because they ain't eating, because they ain't got no money, I just heard the Native American tribes that was promised $80 billion of that stimulus, $2 trillion CARE Act package money, ain't got a penny yet. you know. So and it's like it's just crazy. It really is crazy. And I'm just seeing this thing just point blank for what it is right now, that people gonna have to do whatever they gotta do to survive or just to stay alive. And we all in this together, so I guess it include me, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm not encouraging nobody to be corrupt in any kind of way, or do anything illegally, that's going to, get them possibly, sent to jail. But whatever happens, to the point where people got to survive and take care of themselves and their families, I suggest that they do it in an intelligent way without breaking the law, But however, I say this is that, we got to wake up and realize and understand that this is not no game. This ain't nothing to play with. This is very serious. It's getting more serious. We got tens of millions of people in this country without jobs. We have, over, 59,000 people that have died from this pandemic. And we have over 1 million people that's positively affected by this. So I mean, it's leading toward getting worse, and not and even not what the uncounted deaths, because we still got bodies being packed up in funeral homes. Funeral homes is making more extended room, like renting ice freezing trucks to stuff dead bodies in and all this, because the capacity of the funeral homes has been overflowing, you know. So like I said, it's just crazy. And this is all over the United States. Not just in places like New York where you hear about it more. So because of it having the biggest population of any other city in the country, but like I said, this is happening all over the country right now. This is happening all over the country. And people are actually, it's just getting out of control. Crime is even going up right now as I speak, even in the city that I live in, which is a small city here in the Midwest, where it's just getting more out of control as far as crime, when under normal circumstances, the trend in crime wasn't disaffected, of course, according to the circumstances, but now it's being more affected in terms of rising. So people have to be careful, in what they do and how they do it. People got to take care of themselves and each other and their families. And that's just the bottom line to this. I mean, we warned you for so long from this reality temple on Earth platform that things could get serious and change the course of everyday life as we know it in America. And we see it with this situation right here, which is definitely not getting no better. And people need to understand that it's going to keep getting worse. I mean, anything is subject to happen at this point right now. And with the way that the economy is going, far as, like I said, hitting its worstest peak in terms of the economy being, ravaged like it is been since the 1930s depression. Well, we're going to start seeing more people lining up in soup kitchen lines and, food pantry lines. We're going to start seeing long rows of cars on highways lining up to get to the food pantry lines, like they recently did in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're going to start seeing more of this. And this is how serious it's actually getting. And people not waking up to the fact of what's going on. This thing here is very serious. And I say that, no matter what your ethnicity is, no matter what your religion is, no matter even if you are atheist or an agnostic or whatever or however you view life, we got to start, like I say, being considerate of one another as fellow humans at this point, and come together and realize that we are up against a bigger situation than just, race, religion, and these other smaller petty things that we're constantly fighting over, every day. We got to understand that there are a significant class of people, which color don't have much to do with, but that has much more to do with economics than anything else. That want to see the rest of the population, suffer, especially in this critical time that we're in right now. So, like I said before, we need to understand and realize it's bigger than this other stuff, especially petty stuff that we argue about, even on social media. It's a lot more bigger than that, but uh getting along to my main point that I really want to shed light on in this video before I close out is that you know I'm considering on possibly once I get done doing what I got to do while I'm here, in my present geographical location, I will be relocating soon to another geographical location where it would definitely be of course lesser people, which means that it'll be lesser issues and other social dysfunctions that I will come across. But however, you know, at this point in time, being a dark-skinned descendant of a slave born in America, honestly, I choose not to be any longer around other dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America. And the reason is because we are almost to the point completely of being toward the point of being exterminated. We have no plan or defense against this, is what I'm saying. And we steadily trying to tear each other down one way or another, fight and kill each other, especially over petty issues, and it's now getting to the point, like in this area I came to a few years ago to get away from somewhere like Detroit, Michigan. I'm finding the same elements are creeping into this area that I had to walk out my door every day and face back in Detroit, you see. And it's becoming more challenging at this time because of that. And so, before I have to get back into my mode of old survival mechanisms, far as, what comes along with that, to the point where I may even lose my freedom or lose my life, because I'm forced in a situation that I have to stand and protect myself against idiotic, ignorant people. Every time I look up, I got to be on edge, or I got to be on guard. And this, honestly, what comes along with being around too many other black people. And I know you may say that when you have ignorant Caucasians, ignorant Asians, ignorant Hispanics, but first of all, yes, and I've been to little towns around the country where, you have Caucasian ghettos. I've been to Caucasian ghetto towns and stuff like that, and I'm in a city full of Caucasians that's strung out on this methamphetamine right now and stuff. But I say this much. It's nothing like putting up with more of a worse challenge when one is dealing with his own culture. And as far as I can see right now, that's what's going on between me and other black people, especially other black people who don't want to see me get no further than them, no ahead in life, because they out there in the streets chasing drugs and alcohol, or chasing after thought, or committing crimes, or claiming to be a part of some gang set, you know. And when they see I'm not doing the same thing, they get jealous. And I always have said, even in this atmosphere where I'm at, where it's more predominant Caucasians, and of course, among them that are racist, that I've had to contend with since I've been here, you know, I find myself still having the most problems when it comes to socially dealing with other black people. And that's just the facts of the whole situation. So once I relocate to another geographical location, I got to go somewhere where it definitely ain't that many black people, let alone where the state is less populated than mostly a lot of other states, but where it's not that many black people at all. You know, even to the point where I may not see one for days where I live. And that's what I plan on doing. Because this thing here, as far as trying to be among other black people, is like me feeling myself getting pulled back down in a bucket by a bunch of crabs. You know, and most of these black people here, like I say, they caught up on drugs, so they in the streets, you know, or in and out of jail, and all other kind of negative stuff that's going on with them. You know, and I don't have time for it. You know, I don't have time to be around a bunch of ignorance like that. You know, so anybody could say what they want to say as far as me running, or far as me even to the point of showing prejudices toward my own kind or whatever. You know, I don't care nothing about that. I know who I am and what I am. So I ain't got to worry about what somebody else feel like as far as or think what I am. Because I know what I am and what I'm not. Okay. But the whole thing about the situation is that I just cannot be around too many other Negroes. I just can't. And that's one reason why I left metropolitan areas like Detroit and chose not to move back to any other metropolitan areas like Atlanta or, you know, New York City or Chicago or LA or Oakland or Houston, you know, or Baltimore or DC, where you'll find a lot more black people, you know, because like I said, it's always problems. Majority of where you find black people at in this country, a lot of times is ghetto. It's nothing but a ghetto prison. Almost like, I'm not saying all black people live like this or this is what they want out of life. And I'm not trying to box all black people in. But I'm just speaking the reality of what the situation is. At the same time, that there is a large percent of black people that's, you know, entrenched in these metropolitan areas, which is nothing but a ghetto you know, enclaves. And when they bring that to other places, like this Midwest college town I live in, that didn't have all this before more of them started migrating here, you know. Uh, I mean, it's like, you know, even the locals here who are from here, born and raised here, and I'm talking about even white and black, have moved because people from Chicago, my hometown Detroit, and other people from like New Orleans and other parts of the South have moved here and brought more crime here and more drugs here and all this other kind of stuff. And now it's becoming more of a violent place where even the murders are starting to go up here. And I'm speaking about Lincoln, Nebraska, where I'm still presently at now, you know. So like I said, I mean, it's just getting crazy here, you know, and it's time for me to go. It's just time for me to go. I can't take it no more being around a bunch of other black people, you know, that happen to be the ones bringing a lot of negativity to a place that was less violent, you know. I talk to people all the time in the streets here. Like one black bus driver that lives here in town told me he can't no longer go out with his wife without his wife getting stared at by a bunch of ignorant, you know, niggas who want to be tough or want to be thug type individuals, you know. He can't go nowhere and sit down in peace and enjoy himself with his family without all that drama, you know. But he said, you know, basically it wasn't always like that here until these type of, you know, people started coming here. So, you know, like I said before, this is why I'm moving. I've been here long enough to see what this city is about. When I first got here, it was less crime, less shootings, and less fatal killings. You know, now killings didn't even went up here. Maybe this may not be worse like other places still, but crime is going up here. Crime is definitely spiking up here. And even especially since this COVID-19 pandemic has been in place, crime is also spiked up here in town. So, you know, like I said before, I'm at the point now where I got to go. Once I get done doing what I got to do, I got to get up out of here. You know, and that's just simple as that. You know, it's just that simple. It's nothing here, you know, it's really no future here because this city is getting a lot worse. It's definitely getting a lot worse. You have more people that's affected by drug addiction, especially when it comes to meth and heroin and opiates, which has been a big problem here, and it's getting a lot worse, you know. And of course, more crack is starting to come into the city because of people from other places that's also bringing it here, you know. So I mean, it's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse, and the police authorities, who usually are able to keep it under control here, is seeming to kind of lose control Now, I may be wrong, but they seeming to lose kind of control of the situation here that's going on, you know? And like I said, I came here because I was trying to leave situations like that behind me back east. So, like I said before, yeah, it's at a point now where I don't have no time for this. I do not. And if that means, like I say, I have to go somewhere to a state where the population is a lot less people, I don't have no problem with that. And I haven't been back to a major city, in a while anyway. So I'm not excited about big cities or big metropolitan areas. Stuff like that don't fascinate me, nor excite me like it used to, during past times of my life, So, I'm not fascinated or, like I said, you know, or excited about that type of stuff, that don't excite me nor fascinate me. But like I said before, I just cannot see why you know you know why I even should be fascinated by stuff like that. Because the more people you're around, the bigger the population is, the more attention, and it's more congested, especially in a place like New York City or LA or other big cities in this country like Chicago or Detroit, or Atlanta, places like that, or Miami or something, This is the type of situations that anybody in their right mind that want to live a more sounded or better life to the best of their ability shouldn't even be trying to move to, nor should be trying to live, and that's just that simple, you know. And like I said before, I'm at the point right now where, it's best that I go somewhere too where, like I said, I won't even have to worry about seeing nor being around too many other black people. And I know I might sound prejudiced in this video, but like I say, those of you that know me, that speak from this platform, well as on this channel and the Reality Temple Ministry on Earth Channel, know how much I always advocate and encouraging black people to unite for a real purpose, like with the Mississippi campaign. But I'm just tired of being around a bunch of ignorant niggas. How about that? I put it just like that. Even when there's few of them, it tends to become a bigger problem, So, I mean, and that's just all I'm saying, is that I'm just tired of being around a bunch of ignorant niggas. I'm just gonna put it flat out there, just like it is. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just saying it like it is, and because see, niggas will make you catch a case. Niggas will make you kill them. Niggas will make you do something to them very seriously in a harmful way. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will drive you to that point, especially if one let them. This is the type of people that you're dealing with. And this is why, I'm going to say this too, before closing, much as I understand racism myself, being black here in America, and as much as I understand police brutality and racial profiling when it comes to black people and the police and all that. I get that, but at the same time, a lot of black people do stupid stuff to put themselves in situations to get caught up with the law, even if the law indiscriminately does something wrong to them. A lot of times they put themselves in that situation. You know, you might have a black person get shot or killed by police while he on his way to commit a crime against another black person. And that's just a fact of the matter. So I don't be feeling sorry for a lot of them people in that situation. And I'm not going to apologize for saying that either. You know, I do not be feeling sorry for them people like that. Why should I? You know, because a lot of them will try to rob or kill me for little of what I got, which ain't nothing. But a lot of them will try to kill me or rob me. So why should I care about them? Even if they get took by a racist who capable of taking my life because they see an N-word. Just to show you that I realize the realities of racism. Just being black myself, okay? I get that, but like I said, a lot of black people put themselves in that position to get what they get. So like I said before, I'm not in the feeling sorry business for a lot of these people. And that's just the bottom line to that. I don't care. I really don't. A lot of them busy tearing each other down. You know, I go to this supermarket I go to locally, not far from where I live. I got a black uh, person who works up in there that be watching me as well as other blacks going up in there. Just watching to see if we gonna steal something or whatever. And I go in there and it ain't been one time in the last 6 years that I've ever stole anything out of that store, nor have the store management ever had any problems out of me. And people been seeing me going in that store way long before he even, got a job working up in there. But he's programmed to watch other black people. And see, I don't even need to be around that. That's why I got to go somewhere where I even will see less and less more of black people. Because this is just crazy. It really is. And I'm at the point, like I said before, that's just where I'm at. And I really mean what I'm saying. Because it's more of a challenge and more of a struggle when you're dealing with other black people. That's why when I keep up with the news where I'm locally from, or keep up with news like what's going on in bigger cities like Chicago and Atlanta, I see the same thing that I left behind like I did a few years ago in Detroit. Same thing. Nothing but straight up murder, mayhem, assaults, rape. People killing each other over gang sex and all this other stuff. I don't need to be around that. And if I ever plan on having a family of my own, I definitely ain't trying to raise no kid around that. And that's just simple as that. I just really don't care. I really don't. I don't care for that. I don't care to be around it. And I'm making it clearly known to everybody that hear my videos and that know that I speak from the platform I speak on from. I'm making it known that I'm just tired of niggas. I mean, I would keep on being encouraging as far as the black people that want to see something better for us all, as a group of people in this country. But like I said, I just can't stomach dealing with this no more. Being around a bunch of Negroes, or even a few, because the more and the more I see Negroes, the more and the more problems and trouble with me. And I'm not trying to be prejudiced or make it sound like I'm prejudiced on my own kind. I'm just saying what I see. And I'm saying the writing on the wall that I see, as far as things getting worse where I live at presently, because of more migration coming from black people that is coming from other parts of the country, especially from back east or down south, or even those that's coming here from the West Coast. You know, it's bringing a lot of crime and a lot of more problems. Like I said, so like I said before, it is what it is. It ain't no sense in, like sugarcoating it, because I'm going to tell it straight up like it is on how I feel when it comes to certain things. I'm going to just tell it like it is. But with that said, I'm done with this rant video. I just wanted to get this off my chest, family. So, I'll talk to you on the flip, and peace.